All right, so I believe Merab dvalishvilli is the bantamweight goat. Okay, that sounds crazy. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think he's obviously the bantamweight goat yet. But I think if he beats Sean O'Malley this weekend, I think he will automatically become the bantamweight goat purely off of resume and just how good he's been and his win streak. But first, before I even get into why I believe Merab is the GOAT, we need to look on what it takes to become the bantamweight GOAT. Because the criteria is not very high at all, okay? The criteria is in fact very, very low to become the bantamweight GOAT. I feel like at least there are so many people who could become the bantamweight GOAT. There could be Sean O'Malley, could be Umar, there could be Merab. There's a lot of contenders for the bantamweight GOAT. Like there's the criteria is not very high, okay? The current bantamweight GOAT, at least the consensus one is Dominick Cruz. Dominick Cruz, he he's not really too talked about, to be honest, for good reason. I mean, he didn't really his GOAT resume is not that crazy compared to guys like DJ or GSP Anderson Silva who had these crazy long title defenses, or John Jones who have these insane accolades. Dominic Cruz had three title defenses, okay, and I bring this up because, and I bring you this, okay, because Aljo also had three title defenses. Like they're basically tied, in my opinion. Aljo might be the bantamweight guy. I don't really know. Like to be honest, I feel like they're kind of equal. Like I don't think Dominic Cruz is like that far ahead because when you look at this guy's typology and who he defended his title defenses against, okay, the three title defenses that he got weren't even consecutive. Okay, these were like two separate title reigns. Okay, so this is not very insane. These like three title defenses. Okay, one is Demetrius Johnson, who is undersized for bantamweight. Clearly, okay, we've seen it. He was very small for bantamweight. He beat him for one title defense. And then the other two are Uriah Faber. Like that's not very impressive. Like I'm not gonna lie, Uriah Faber. I don't think those are like crazy wins. Okay, like I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you love Uriah Faber and you love Dominic Cruz, but I don't think those are crazy wins. Like the criteria is not very high to become bantamweight GOAT. In my opinion, I think if Sean O'Malley KOs Merab, I think he is probably going to go on to become the bantamweight GOAT. With a couple more title defenses. I think if he just gets three, like all he needs is three, and I think he surpassed Dominic Cruz, because Dominic Cruz title defenses it was just not very impressive. Okay, but Merab, the reason I believe Merab is the bantamweight GOAT. Okay, number one, I believe he's on an 11 fight win streak right now, which is just insane. But the main reason is resume. This guy has beaten three former champions in his last three fights, dominantly, dominantly. Okay, I know people like to think what they think about the Jose Aldo fight, and it really doesn't really matter. It just doesn't matter because again, he did beat him dominantly. Even though it was a boring fight, I understand that. A lot of people hate Merab. I didn't even know this. Okay, I love Merab. I might be a bit biased because he's like probably one of my favorite fighters. Like Merab conceptually as a fighter is just very funny. Okay, like him himself is funny. Like he already posts those memes on Instagram, and it's just, you know, he posts some really funny like reels and stuff. But like him conceptually as a fighter is very funny. We've got a guy who basically has an infinite gas tank and just never gasses out and shoots takedowns without the intention of ever getting them. That to me that's funny. Okay, when I watched the Piotr Jan fight, I thought that was insane. I don't even know why. That's like probably one of the few UFC fights that actually made me laugh somehow. I feel like it's just funny to watch Merab Dvalishvili. He's a very entertaining fighter now. If you just ignore the Jose Aldo fight, I think he's pretty entertaining. So he dominantly beats Jose Aldo. Even if it was boring, he just holds him against the fence. Very, very boring decision, okay? But then you got the Piotr Jan fight. I think the Piotr Jan fight was just very entertaining. And which is why, like, that is insane what he did to Piotr Jan. He just broke him down, okay? Constant takedowns, broke Piotr Jan down. He just kept having to defend the takedowns. He didn't really get to, like, fight. And just dominate him. Just complete domination from start to finish from Merab. Destroyed Piotr Jan. One of my favorite fights of all time, actually. I just love that fight. Again, I thought it was pretty funny what Merab did to Piotr Jan. Just emasculates him, okay? He grabs his ass mid-fight, okay? I don't think it can get worse than that, right? Beats Piotr Jan. And Piotr Jan is a guy who also, I think, is very up there in the bantamweight GOAT status. Rankings, I mean. I believe he's probably like top 5, He was a great bantamweight champ, even though it wasn't for very long, but he was an incredibly good champ. And again, still has potential to be up there again. So again, this is not only like you got Jose Aldo, who is the featherweight GOAT, right? Not past his prime. Okay, he was past his prime, but you know what I mean. Like Jose Aldo is not out of his prime. Okay, people are gonna pretend like Aldo is like way out of his prime and he's like washed. He's not washed. Okay, he's pretty good now. Even still, like even now he's come back after all of that. He's still pretty good. So it's like Jose Aldo, he was not washed against Merab. And then Piotr Jan, a guy who is top five bantamweight of all time, maybe. And then you've got Henry Cejudo. Now, Henry Cejudo, I think, is his most impressive win, okay? Because Henry Cejudo might be a little washed. But, bro, bro, what he did to Henry Cejudo is actually just disgusting, okay? It's literally emasculating because he's completely destroyed Henry Cejudo's legacy, okay? Henry Cejudo, he's a double champ, bro. He's beaten Demetrius Johnson, who so many people consider the best of all time, bro. And he smoked him. Like, Merab smoked Henry Cejudo. Like, it wasn't even like a close fight, okay? I'll explain it in my breakdown later, but like in a couple days. But you know, people talk about, oh, bro, Henry Cejudo, guys, he literally dropped Merab, but bro, he dropped Merab, but he didn't even drop Merab. He just slightly wobbled Merab, and then Merab dropped him right after that. Anyway, but still, he completely dominated Henry Cejudo. Apart from that, okay, he just completely removed his legacy. Like again, double champ, beat DJ, and now people kind of just remember him for getting picked up by Merab. Merab literally picked this guy up like he was a little baby, bro. Okay, Goo Goo Gaga little Henry Cejudo, right? Picks him up, carries him across the octagon to Mark Zuckerberg. So not only did he just get emasculated, he got emasculated in front of Mark Zuckerberg as well. And he's sitting there, he's just sticking his tongue out, having fun. He's like, you know, joking around with, like, mid-fight, he's doing this, bro. Like, bro, that is just insane, bro. Like, just completely ruined Henry Cejudo's legacy, his entire career finished, bro. Okay, people aren't even sure if Henry Cejudo will beat, like, anybody who is in the top 10. Honestly, bro, like, people, like, Henry Cejudo right now is absolutely cooked, and it's all because of Merab. Like, bro, Aljo did not do that to Cejudo, bro. Only Merab is doing this to people, bro. People going, like, Merab is just dominating people that, like, are supposed to be insanely good. Like, people struggle. Like, we saw how Sean O'Malley struggled with Piotr Jan. Obviously, it's a different style, but, like, they just dominated him. And anyway, this is why. Like, this is exactly why I believe Merab is the bantamweight to go. Just because of the resume alone, just the people he's beaten is way more impressive than the guys that Dominick Cruz has beaten. Even if they weren't title defenses, I just think it's just way more impressive what Merab has done in the UFC rather than a guy like Dominick Cruz. And even Aljo. Aljo had a very fluky title reign. You know, got the belt by DQ. You know, beat Jan in a kind of like a controversial decision. Like, it was a split decision. Beats an injured TJ Dillashaw, which again is not Aljo's fault. It is absolutely not Aljo's fault. I've seen a lot of people bring that up, but it's like, bro, like, TJ Dillashaw decided to come in the fight with a broken arm. It's like, that's not Aljo's fault. He did what he had to, and he finished him as well. And then he beats Henry Cejudo's coming back, you know. And again, that was a close fight. The one with Merab was not a close fight at all. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say about Merab. I've kind of just been yapping for 8 minutes. I want to go through some fight announcements because I think there were some good fights. So Paulo Costa versus Robocop or Chris Curtis. Like, they're kind of deciding on that. I think it might be Robocop because Robocop has been calling for that fight with Paulo Costa. I think it's quite a big jump for Robocop considering he's not even ranked yet, but I would go with Paulo Costa. I think Paulo Costa just has way more experience than Robocop, but Robocop is very good. As for Chris Curtis is pretty good. I don't know if he beats Paulo Costa though. Also, apparently Jan versus Figgy is in the works for UFC in December. I think it's 310. Bro, that is such a great fight. I really hope they make that because Jan versus Figgy, I'm so excited for that. I would love to see that fight. I do think Jan wins. I think Figgy is not good enough for bantamweight. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's a crazy take. A lot of people are saying how Figgy deserves the bantamweight like title shot before Umar. Bro, he didn't even look good against Chito. He doesn't look good in a while. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he didn't look good against Chito. He was so scared. He was terrified to strike with Chito. And that's Chito. That's Chito. That's not even a good guy, bro. It's not even like, you know, Umar just completely outstretched Sandhagen, and Figgy can't even stand there and strike with Chito. It's like, bro, I'm just saying, Figgy should not get a title shot, bro. Like, he had like a very mid performance against Chito. I don't think that deserves a title shot, if I'm being honest. I think Jan would outstrike him bad. And also, he has the wrestling to deal with Figgy. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. And yeah, this was just, like, I just think Merab is surely if he beats Sean O'Malley, I think low-key he would pull it off. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I think Merab somehow is going to just fluke a win. Like, I don't think he's gonna fluke. I think he's gonna just out of nowhere gonna dominate Sean O'Malley, kind of like in this Henry Cejudo fight. I do think Sean O'Malley is gonna win, but I really have a gut feeling that Merab is gonna win somehow. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And you know, while you're down there, like and subscribe. We did hit 280 subs today, which is absolutely huge, okay? Because the channel has been absolutely cooked. So yeah, hopefully we can hit 300 subs maybe by the end of the month, maybe by hopefully not just by the end of the year, but you know. Yeah, that's really all I want to say. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. All right.